जैसे रोड लग सकते हो एक्चुअली सस्पेंशन ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಸಕಲಾಗಿದೆ ಇದು
Namaskara Vikshakre, Pranam Sathiyo and hello fellow sapiens, you're watching Motor Traveler Akshay from this side of the video. Let's go through a short test drive impressions of the Skoda Kylaq today. If you ask me what has changed in terms of design language, well, nothing much has changed. It is very much a Skoda. But when compared to the other Skodas, it has a scooped out hood instead of a bump at the center. The side profile seems very neat with no cuts and creases. The alloys have an acceptable design as per my personal taste, and the rear is where there are quite a few design elements. The interiors seem plush and premium for this segment. You can find all the utilitarian features provided, in the top end of course. There are quite a few storage areas and the rear seats are comfortable enough for normal sized adults. Before we go ahead further, let me put forth a disclaimer. I do not have any affiliations with any brands or dealerships as I am a very small YouTuber and hence I go for test drives and try bringing out my personal opinions which I feel might help the selected few who watch my videos. Okay, let's start now. The longest encounter I had with a Skoda in the past is the Skoda horn that I got installed on my i20 back when I owned it. I was kidding. My first car, my first love, my i20. Sorry for deviating. Back to the topic now. So, I just realized that this is the longest I drove a Skoda. Well, it sounds like an irony as this is the shortest anybody can drive as it is a test drive. Then, what good is it listening to me yap about the test drive feedback of this car? Well, I might not have driven much of a Skoda, but I cannot pinpoint any other brand that I have not driven for a good distance. Of course, please disregard the sentence I just made if you are thinking of the premium or luxury brands. Much to my dismay, I never got an opportunity to even be a passenger on those cars. Anyways, enough of my tragic story now. If you like the grunt of an ICE engine, then Kylaq is for you. You can feel it when you rev it. More so in my experience than the other 1-liter engines out there. Well, if you ask why is that so, it is cause of the 3-cylinder engine. Yes, while most of the segment in India has moved towards 3 cylinders, which hurts me, this one impressed me. If you are a driver, you know what I mean. Not just a driver for the sake of driving between point A to B, but someone who has fun with the wheels, an enthusiast. This car will definitely impress you too. I am driving the manual by the way. I would say test drive the Slavia first and then drive the Kylaq. This is the approach I took and this will help you differentiate the behavior of the 1-liter turbo of the Kylaq in comparison to its other body, that is the Slavia. In fact, you can choose to drive the Kushaq 1-liter first instead of the Slavia. That should help you to get things into perspective too. The Crystal, which is the direct Sanskrit translation of Kylaq, utilizes the same platform, engine, transmission and suspension as the King, which is the direct Sanskrit translation of the Kushaq. So, in theory, the driving dynamics and feel should be same as the Kushaq, right? But no. Smaller dimensions, stiffer chassis and softer suspension tune makes it more engaging to drive than the Kushaq. All the reviewers out there are saying that this car is targeted towards the youth. I'm almost 40 and I still have that youth in me. The steering manners are very good. 189mm ground clearance means that you need not think twice in most road conditions. The 999cc engine with 115 HP and 178 Nm of torque is lovable on the Kylaq. I've heard that the automatic version that I have not driven, though not DSG but a torque converter, is very smooth and doesn't struggle. I have to mention that the manual version which I am driving is very good in terms of gearing proportions and it feels lovely to drive it. It has 5-star Bharat NCAP rating. The comfort in the rear seats is good, but seating 3 might give shoulder room problems based on the size of the adults. The legroom and the headroom though are decent. Has a 446-liter boot. Has high-end features like ventilated seats, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, sunroof, cruise control and power driver seats. I have heard that the mileage is okayish. What else can you ask for in a car of this segment? Let's now bring out the differences between the Kylaq and the Kushaq as they share almost everything between them. Kushaq is longer while Kylaq is wider and taller. Kushaq has better rear seat comfort and space. Kylaq is more plush on the go due to stiffer chassis and softer suspension compared to the Kushaq. Kylaq has a quieter cabin in comparison. Kushaq gets a 385-liter boot compared to 446 liters in the Kylaq. Yes, the smaller car gets the bigger boot. Seems like a prospective Kushaq 1-liter turbo buyer can actually compromise and go for the Kylaq. Be informed that the Kushaq gets a 1.5-liter petrol option too. Let's get to the conclusion of this comparison now. Unless you have a dire need for rear seat comfort while seating 5 members, go ahead and settle for the lesser. Go for the Kylaq and save about 3 lakhs on the top end. The conclusion when the Kylaq is driven independently: if you are a city dweller and you are looking for an SUV in the segment of the Kylaq, go ahead and buy it. You will have fun driving it. It's a driver's car. It seems to be a good car for the highways too. Here's a bonus clip of the white colored Kylaq that we drove. Request to like, share, subscribe, and as I usually say, pour down your emotions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.